Greetings, and yeah, as you can see, I'm already under attack from the hunters already, and they were just relentless throughout the entire match. I did not have a chance to sort of have a break from anything, but that's when I used one of the lessons learned from watching someone else play this game, to hide. There'll be a couple of moments where I can just hide, and the hunters will literally just walk right past me, and it actually gives me a chance. But anyway, the Kraken, out of all the 3 monsters that have been revealed so far, there is actually a 4th coming out called the Behemoth, which is just some rolling lava boulder wall thing monster that can't climb. But yeah, anyway, so out of the 3 that have been revealed so far, my favourite is the Kraken, without a shadow of doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Kraken is my absolute favourite. I mean, it can fly around in the air, it can just pretty much just dominate if you're actually smart with how to play it. And yeah, already getting ready to evolve there. Well, as you can see, it's pretty much chasing me, and I've decided, you know what, let me hide in this bush for a while. And you think I'm very visible, but when playing it from the hunter's perspective, all they see is just massive bush. So understandably, provided that you don't use your smell often while they're nearby, because apparently they can actually hear that, they, as you can see, they just go right past. It obviously doesn't work if they have a Maggie player in their team and they're using Daisy, but this one had Abe, and I was just comfortable with just waiting it out. Right, as I said, if you know how to use your abilities correctly, then you can dominate the entire field and pick and choose when to attack the hunters and pick and choose when they attack you. I don't really do so well with it in this particular gameplay, I think, because half of the time I just get myself in such terrible situations and, well, yeah, panic quite a bit. But yeah, anyway, here's me evolving. But before I like to use the aftershock, but it's not really that effective for the way I want to play anymore. And I never actually used the vortex before, but now I actually like the vortex a lot. It can separate and divide teams as well. So if a medic is rushing to the rescue of an assault, I can just use the vortex and push them away. It's great for hunting wildlife, especially groups of them as well. And I believe I read from another video, or oh snap, and yeah, they spotted me again. And I actually get lucky with that arena. I think about walking back into it, but then I think, no, that's just stupid. Anyway, so the vortex is pretty decent in the fact that you can just sort of like divide the team and just sort of push them back, so you're not being overwhelmed by the assault class. And the lightning strike, which I just used just now, is pretty good for a high damaging attack, which lets the hunters know that you mean business. It's good to have a powerful move like that that can actually tell them, yeah, you better watch out. But the gem, I think, of this class are the Banshee Mines. I think some people don't like to use them because, well, they find that they don't really do that much damage, but for me, I find that they're a perfect distraction for the hunters. So you can sort of like run off, drop a Banshee Mine, and try and lure them to a different location. And okay, as you can see, I fail to hide then, probably because I don't actually realise that I've been hit by the tracking dart, even though it keeps telling me that every so often. But yeah, with the Banshee Mines it actually helps, because it, as I said, it can provide a distraction. The aftershock, I suppose, is kind of useful if you're being surrounded by the hunters, or if you've just got a whole bunch of wildlife that's just lurking around, that it makes for an easy kill. But I feel if you're going to sort of have a move that damages hunters while they're all gathered together, you may as well use the vortex, because that will achieve two things. It will push them away from you, so it means the assault class has to get closer to actually deal any damage, and other classes, well, the further away from you they are, the easier it is for you to sort of do your thing. It can also aid escape as well, as you just saw earlier that I was pretty much trying to escape, just toss the vortex their way, and they have to either do two things: avoid it completely, which eats up time, or they can take it and they'll just get pushed back. So that actually helps that way. And for some reason I'm trying to find a place to hide there, but I failed dramatically. And to be honest, in this gameplay, as I said, this isn't exactly excellent Kraken gameplay. Well, especially this part where I foolishly actually get myself captured in the mobile arena in this particular location. Bearing in mind I'm still kind of relatively new to this and still understanding the maps. And I feel they should have just killed me here. They actually captured me in a spot where most of my advantages have been neutralized. Me flying around is neutralized by the low hanging caverns, and my lightning strike as well is neutralized again due to the fact that the roof over the whole entire place doesn't really stop me from still trying to use the lightning strike. Don't know why. Again, actually no, I do know why, because I was panicking. But because I knew that I foolishly got myself in a bad situation, and I was just spamming all these attacks, just trying to sort of, I don't know, buy some time. I mean, I couldn't even target the trapper or anything, because again, this is a very closed off area. So using the vortex isn't going to help again, because it's just going to push them against the wall. But somehow I actually managed to escape. Not, before being hit by a tracking dart, as usual, as Abe's speciality is. But again, I feel that they probably should have actually just destroyed me there, but they didn't. So I live to fight another day. I am in stage 2, but I think at this point I realise, you know what? If they can't even kill me then, I could probably take them in stage 2. It might not be in this gameplay, but I think it was another gameplay where I just sort of just said, you know what, screw trying to get to stage 3, I can take them on in stage 2. And I think that's something that people are just going to have to remember, because I feel people are constantly trying to get evolved to stage 3 before taking out the hunters, but you can literally just fight the hunter while you're at stage 2, depending on, well, who the hunters are. If it's a Lazarus player, maybe not. But if they're using anybody else, I feel you can take them on. Again, get myself trapped in the mobile arena. Really, I'm not having a good game with this. Really, I'm not. I think if you're the Kraken, two things bug me. The first being if you're up against an A player, because stasis grenades will screw you up majorly, and the tracking dart, again, that will screw you up, but that will screw up any monster. With the stasis grenade, at least with the Goliath, you can sort of like use the charge, sort of get away from the area, or even leap smash. But with the Kraken, you don't really have any movement sort of abilities, if that makes sense. All you really have are just long range attacks, and that's about it. The other thing that I think really screws up the Kraken is the fact that you can't actually see who are the hunters, what roles the hunters are. I don't know whether this is going to be fixed in a later patch, or maybe I'm just missing a button which can change it. But as a Kraken, I don't want to see the players' gamer tags. I want to see Abe, I want to see Val, I want to see Markov, just so I know exactly who to target. I suppose there's an element of realism there, but at the same time, it makes it hard to target the medic when they've all got gamer tags over their heads, and you're never really quite sure which one's actually the medic and which one's actually the trapper, and so forth. Again, especially when you're trying to sort of think it all out, at the same time I'm just panicking and just mashing buttons to sort of get away from them so I can fight them on my terms, and that it doesn't really help when I'm just looking at game attacks. It's weird because I think if they'd actually been a little bit more aggressive and you know, worked a little bit more as a team and actually, you know, trapped me and, you know, focused and actually whittling down my health, I would have been long gone. But alas, they allowed me to get to stage 3, where I just spend the remainder of my points in upgrading whatever class I have left. And I'll just completely miss out on the aftershock. I really don't use that. But yeah, stage 3, which means I can spend all my time just looking for wildlife to eat, because I know they're not going to hunt me down because they have to protect the relay. And I don't know, is it a good thing to protect the relay when you're going up against a Kraken, especially with its abilities where it can pretty much damage anyone that's all clustered up in one area? I don't know, I'm not an expert on this, but I've noticed with the Kraken, one of its downsides is if they actually split up. If they split up and they're all flanking you, it's hard for the Kraken to really get good usage out of its abilities, except for maybe the Vortex, because, you know, if you can push one of them to a far off location, you can sort of like target them. But to use the Banshee mines, it's not really that effective. Aftershock's not really that effective on one person hunter, and same with the lightning strike, because they can just easily dodge it. But here we are, the final showdown, me against the hunters. And to be honest with you, I have absolute confidence that I've won this. They can set up mines all around the place all they like. It doesn't matter. One of them's got 2 strikes, one of them's got 1 strike. I'm just like, whatever. You guys should have killed me when you had the chance. When I was in that arena, when I was in that dome, when I was in that cavern, you should have killed me. But alas, you didn't. Some guys trying to track me, but I ain't escaping. But do you know what? I've noticed something else. There is literally no point in setting up an arena, a mobile arena, on a stage 3 monster when they're attacking you at the actual place, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally not going anywhere. I'm just going to be sticking around trying to actually kill you guys. And I was reading somewhere again, there's a big difference between trapping the monster in the arena with the hunters and trapping the hunters in the arena with the monster. But I feel once the game goes on, people will actually understand that distinction, and it will just allow them to be a little bit more effective. But anyway, that's about it for the end of this video. Take care of yourself and keep being you.